Hello and welcome to back to Crosshatch Puzzles. We're here for another New York Times Daily Crossword Solve. Today is Monday, April 20th, 2026, and I'm back solving yesterday's puzzle from Sunday, April 19th. It is titled Nuclear Fusion, and it is by Michael Lieberman, who has contributed a few dozen puzzles, including a good number of Sundays, to the New York Times. And it's a Sunday, so we'll expect, and we already see, an expanded grid and a somewhat complicated theme, probably some trickiness involved here. So let's dive right in and see what nuclear fusion Michael has in store for us for this puzzle for Sunday, April 19th. Let's get solving. Not noteworthy, normal, mundane, usual, maybe. Let's make keyboard doing here? Maybe usual. Let's see. What might be found at the end of a rainbow? I'm not sure what we want there. Not a pot of gold, I guess. Exchange. Could be something like trade or swap, maybe. Contents of Lago de Maracaibo. Maracaibo, I should say, is a lake, I imagine, and so the contents would probably be agua. No? Water? Emerged. Arose? Possibly. It doesn't look great with one across, but I'm not sure that's correct. So, blank pasta, rhyming fusion dish. Is that Rasta pasta? Chinese gooseberry by another name. Is that acai? It's just a wild guess. I'm not sure about swap. Again, doesn't look great, those two together, but I'm not sure which one is correct. Shredded. Tor, maybe? Traveled from Syros to Naxos to Mykonos. Say, island hopped or something? Those are all Greek islands, I think. But I'm not sure what we want there. That was rejuvenating, not sure. Pop artist Liechtenstein. Don't know. Fill in, a fill in. With the hyphen there, we are looking for a noun of some sort. A fill in. Sold for some quick cash, say. I would want pond, but it doesn't. Does it fit? Maybe it does fit. Maybe that's right. Path for a bride. What is it called? Isn't it just called an aisle? Walking down the aisle. Penny pinching. Frugal. Unbefreaking leavable. I don't know. Title in Old St. Petersburg, probably a Tsar. Let's check some downs. So, locks up, question mark. An updo, maybe? Thereabouts? Thereabouts? Mamma mia! I don't know. Women's World Cup powerhouse. That's got to be the USA. Right? But then this is not an updo. Oh, it couldn't be an updo anyway, because up is in the clue. But I think that's what we want, is we want locks, meaning hair, up. What else could that be? Thereabouts. Around. Thereabouts. Counselor's charges. Counselor's charges. Defendants. Witnesses. I think that's the kind of counselor we want, but I'm not sure what we want in there. Elaborate invitation from a senior. Maybe a promposal? Yeah, I think that's what's going on there. High school senior, of course. Actress Renee of the Sex Lives of College Girls. I think that's Renee Rapp. Also well known as a singer. MSN for one. I I don't know. What might be found at the end of a rainbow? A prize? No. A trample to step on, maybe? Palindromic title, madam? Oh, a prism at the end of a rainbow. I see. Creating the rainbow. Fine. MSN for one. Internet service provider? Okay. This does look like hopped, doesn't it? But I'm not sure what kind of hopping we're doing. Race that's too close to call. A heat? Like a dead heat? Fill in. A temp? Penny pinching. Cheap? Oh, it could be. This does look like a heat, doesn't it? A dead heat. Counselor's charges. Evil counterpart in an 1886 novella. I don't know. Okay. What else can we do in here? Julie Wilson's role in Casablanca, was that Sam? Elk. Is there another word for elk? Flanders neighbor. So not Flanders in Belgium, but I think a neighbor of the Flanders family in The Simpsons would be a Simpson. Neighbor of a Flanders is a Simpson. I think that's what's going on. They've got no complaints, so I don't know who has no complaints. Defensive fortification. Don't know. Fatty tuna at a sushi bar. Fatty tuna. Mowing, mulching, raking, etc. In 4 letters? Mowing, mulching, raking, etc. Words traced on a dirty car. Wash me. Yeah. So mad. Oh, yeah. Okay. That could be. So mad. Unbefreaking-leavable. So mad. It's interesting because we have it in quotes and in brackets. In brackets usually indicates something other than something sort of spoken, either like a sound effect or a vocalization or something. So that's a little odd, but maybe not. Superficial. Superficial. Skin deep. So this is then not that. Maybe this is a kiwi then? Knocked for a loop. This could be odd. One who said I do. Maybe a wife. Skin deep. Superficial. This looks good. Pizza pie, maybe? That was rejuvenating. I feel, what, great? I feel good. Desperate final effort. A lash. Relating to part of the heart. Atrial. I feel what? River through Orsk. Is that the Ural River? Get in on a deal. No, something's wrong here. Get in on a deal. Maybe it's not Tor. Doesn't stick to the plan. Goes rogue, maybe? But then... Get in on a deal. Oh, anti-up. Yep. Shredded could be torn then. Passive, not tore active. And this could be... I feel right? Do we have do we have a rebus? And if so, LG last gasp? Like that? So could this be island hop? Island hopped, and then counselor's charges. Wasn't messing around, say. Okay, locks up. Do we just want hair? Thereabouts, or so. Mamma mia. Holy cannoli? This could be ho-hum, right? Not noteworthy, ho-hum. Men... Doesn't look great. Oh, it's not here. It's here. Dead heat. Oops. I think that's what's going on. So mentees, counselor's charges, mentees. Holy cannoli. Okay. Smooths in a way. Don't know. Target for salicylic acid. Isn't that a pain? Nerve ending thing? Wasn't messing around, say. Elk. Defensive fortification. Constellation feline, probably Leo, the lion. Book before Proverbs is the Psalms. Style that's short on the sides and long in the back. Isn't that a mullet? Get ready to skate to lace up. Oh, salicylic acid for acne. Okay, fine. Smooths in a way. Could be sands, to use sandpaper to smooth something out. Oh, Jekyll and Hyde. Okay. Wasn't messing around. Played to win. Very good. Elk. Milliner's handwork. What does a milliner do? I don't remember. They've got no complaints. This is probably going to have another rebus in it somewhere, so I'm not sure. One named sports legend, probably Pele of football. Canned sales pitch, a spiel. Some jeans, Levi's, probably. Almost any word that ends in eyes is a verb, I guess. Parish leader. With an R. A rector? Old name for Tokyo. Is this Ebi? Or Edo? Maybe Edo. Linear for short. Linear for short. I don't know what that means. Ranks. Tiers, maybe? Extract said to promote relaxation. Extract. Don't know. Masonry unit, not a clue. Fatty tuna, right. Let's go here instead. Long-running CBS forensic drama, probably CSI. Crown and blank alliterative bar order is Crown and Cola for Crown Royal Whiskey and Cola, I think. Ryan Cola, basically. Some ranch sounds. Moose, maybe? For Cattle Ranch. Alma mater for Marvel's Tony Stark and DC Comics' Lex Luthor in brief. Alma mater. Half of a candy duo. Can't wait. Can't wait. Many a good buddy. Good buddy. Many a good buddy. Why good buddy? Don't know what we want there. Where the 4 agreements and the 5 love languages may be shelved. Shelved. These are books. We want like psychology or where to go, where to go. How about here? Abstract expressionist Frankenthaler, not a great place to go. Cabals, schemes, ploys, secret plots, secret ploys. Understand, to get. Office building abbreviation, a suite probably. Solstice time, June for the summer solstice. Watch over is to tend, so secret plots. Multi-volume reference work, the Oxford English Dictionary. Basset hounds have big ones. What? Don't know what we're after there. Roman something. I should know this, but I don't. Request in billiards or beer pong. Rackham? Maybe. What happens if I do that? Winged beings of folklore. That doesn't look great, does it? More fraught. Does it end in ER? Where something irksome might stick. So this is not Rackham, because something irksome might stick in your craw. More fraught. Tensor. They've got no complaints. Winged beings. Roman a clef. Helen Frankenthaler. Is this Fae or Fae like that? Re-rack? No. Maybe. If that ends in K, I don't know still. Okay, defensive fortification, a palisade. Why don't I see elk? Why don't I see what elk is? Milliner's handiwork. A vat? Milliner. A mat? There's not that many options here. Elk. Could there be yard work? But how would that possibly yard something? Happy campers. Like that? Re-rack? Yard what? Yard care? Decorator. Adorner? Is this Toro? Is this Wapiti? Cinder block? So we need another ton of cargo. Boatload? Boatload. And then, what? Boatload. Listings on a band t-shirt. Concert dates. It's verboten. It's forbidden, a no-no. It contains all of and all the letters of Toronto, Ontario. That's an interesting way of putting that. One whose screen sharing Oh, I would have wanted like co-host or something. Co-star, not screen sharing. A Zoom meeting, but screen sharing. Sharing a screen in a film. Beef bourguignon or beef bourguignon, I should say, or chicken paprikash. Meat something. Eponymous hypnotist. Oh, mesmer. Yeah, after whom the word mesmerization. Extract. Oh, right. CBD oil said to promote relaxation. This is Edo, I think. Linear for short. 1D, one-dimensional. Cadbury confection, a cream egg, maybe? Is that how you spell cream egg? Public transit system, a metro. Popular poker variant. I wanted Texas Hold'em. Why? Oh, Crown and Coke then, not cola. Texas Hold'em. Where is the? Probably here. Self-help. I was right. Oops. Self-help. There we go. Many a good buddy. Still don't know what's going on there. Half of a candy duo. Mike and Ike, I think. And so alma mater for Marvel's Tony Stark and DC Comics is Lex Luthor in brief. MIT, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Then this looks weird. Oh, can't wait. So excited. Okay. Many a good buddy. Still don't see what that is. Loathes, abhors. CB'er? Like CB radio? Like a trucker? I don't think so. Big name in power tools. Oh, maybe that's right, actually, because this is, steel, I think? Ill-humored, not sure. Fallopian conduit, a fallopian tube. Wine list heading, reds. Mega is a prefix that could mean the same thing as Uber. Ill-humored. Sour. How a misfit might feel, out of place. Slang term for recording studio. A lab? Like an eager beaver. Really long yarn. A saga. A yarn meaning being another word for like a story, a tale. S in the NATO alphabet. What is S? Oh, God. Kilo. Something. M, I don't know. N, I don't know. O is Oscar. P, I don't remember. Q, I don't remember. R, I don't remember. S, I don't remember. I'm sure I'll get it eventually, but that's unfortunate. The New York Times is T on a phone screen. Why T? Icon? Is that what we want? Oh, it's Sierra. That's right. Sierra. Icon, yeah, that's the icon for the New York Times. Like an eager beaver. Oh, agog. And question mark is another word for another word for an exclamation mark is a bang symbol. Rely on. To trust, maybe? One place for a massage. Scalp. Genre for Cypress Hill or the Sugar Hill Gang rap. Small plate servings tapas. Fernet Blanc. Italian digestif brand. I don't remember what this is. I've heard it just called Fernet. Actress Ward. Sela Ward. Some cameras for short. SLRs. Single lens reflex cameras. Most merchandise at Ace and True Value. Most merchandise. Ace and True Value. I don't know what either of those things are. Baby book datum. This looks like birth dates or something like that, but I'm not sure. There's probably going to be another rebus in here somewhere. Was in charge of, ran as an operation. Entrances and exits of camp dwellings. Tent flaps, I guess. Meat stew. Ah, yes. Bouvier Blanc Flandre. Belgian dog breed. And we had a Flanders clue earlier, but that was a Simpsons one. And this one looks weird too because Bouvier is also a name on The Simpsons. But I guess we want Day. Bouvier de Flandre, maybe. 3 or 4, say. A few might be. 3 or 4. Basset hounds have big jowls. Fine. What lovers often overlook flaws in their partners. Have eyes for. Have eyes for. Desire. Ghostly being, a wraith. Dismissive response on movie night. Dismissive response on movie night. Don't know. Singer Carly Rae Jepsen. Seen it, maybe? Dismissive response. I've seen that one. Keep it up when feeling down. Grin. You keep your chin up when you're feeling down. Fine. Nickname that omits Lynn. And is this another? I don't think this is another one with a rebus. Caribbean nation whose name means land of high mountains. I'm guessing Haiti here. Caitlin. That could be. Birth. Baby book datum. Birth. This looks weird then. What about this? Most merchandise at Ace and True Value. This is going to be one of those clues. Okay, entries. For we walk by blank, not by sight. We walk by faith. Prestigious trophy name. A Heisman Trophy? That is a name of a trophy. Don't immediately remember what. Birth. Weight, baby book datum. And is this hardware? I think. Most merchandise at Ace and True Value. In that case, inbox 0 targets. Unread emails. So this ended up being Fernet Branca. Fine. Alex and blank. Julie Comfrey, not sure. Congrats from across the room. Air high five. I wonder if that's a debut entry. Blank Schwartz, not sure. Landed. A lit as a bird or a plane. Heavy metal instrument in Verdi's Il Trovatore. Literally a heavy metal instrument is an anvil. Grandchild of an abuelo is a... not sure. Alex and... not sure. Not sure. World capital that's home to the Kon-Tiki Museum is Oslo, Norway. The Kon-Tiki wasn't that Thor Heyerdahl's craft? F.A.O. Schwartz, that is a thing, isn't it? And is this Nieto, Alex and Annie? Let's find out. Okay, pretty good. So I guess the nuclear fusion here... I'm wondering if there's something more to it than I see, but what I see is that we have, how many of these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 themed down entries, each of which intersects a pair of across entries. Some of the across entries intersect multiple down entries, but we have 6 themed down entries that involve rebuses, meaning more than one letter in a given cell. And they're all 4 letters, 4 cells long, I should say. And the entries of the down theme entries are 2 words long. And both words share their middle 2 letters and have different outer letters. So for this one, 24 down, a race that's too close to call, we want... it's a dead heat. And so what we've done is we've put the rebus for the first letter of each of the 2 words of dead and heat, the D and the H, as a rebus in the first cell here. We put the E and the A, which both words share in common. And then the final letter of each respective word, the D from dead and the T from heat, as a rebus in the final cell. So we read down first using the left sides of the rebus, D-E-A-D, and the right side, H-E-A-T. We've got dead heat. Following the same formula, we've got at 26 down a desperate final effort, a last gasp. At 50 down, mowing, mulching, raking, etc., yard care. Then at 64 down, a ton of cargo is a boat load. At 92 down, where the 4 agreements and the 5 love languages may be shelved in, for example, a bookstore under the self-help label. And finally, most merchandise at ace and true value is hardware. So that takes care of the down theme entries, but the intersecting across entries also need each of these rebuses in order to make sense. So traveled from Syros to Naxos to Mykonos, say, as I suspected from the beginning, was island hopped, needing the D and the H there. 25 across, that was rejuvenating, I feel great. At 36 across, wasn't messing around, say, played to win. At 39 across, Cabal's schemes are secret plots. At 49 across, they've got no complaints. They are happy campers. At 63 across, using 2 of the rebuses, we've got a masonry unit is a cinder block. At 83 across, we have listings on a band t-shirt, our concert dates. At 90 across, popular poker variant, Texas Hold'em. At 93 across, baby book datum, a piece of information in a baby book is perhaps the birth weight, the weight of the baby at birth. At 107 across, how a misfit might feel out of place. And finally, at 109 across, inbox 0 targets unread emails. Of note is that the across entries that use the rebuses, the rebus always crosses 2 words, except for in Cinderblock, where the BL does cross 2 words, but the DE is in the middle of 1 word, but still works pretty well. So that's the theme. And nuclear fusion, I think all we want there is that we sort of fused these 2 letters together in each case. I don't think there's anything especially nuclear about these combinations of letters. There's so many different combinations anyway. I can't imagine that there's anything in common with those. But if you know of something, then let me know. Some other interesting clues. What might be found at the end of a rainbow? A little misleading here, but what we want is a prism, which might, if you put white light through a prism, it causes a rainbow. So at that end of the rainbow, you might find the prism. I'm not sure exactly what Rasta pasta is. I will look that up. And I didn't know that a kiwi was called a Chinese gooseberry. I don't know if kiwis are native to China. I'll maybe look that up as well. I don't know Roy Lichtenstein, so that I might need to look up as well. I also don't know Helen Frankenthaler, so maybe I'll look that up as well. Salicylic acid, so I guess, mixing it up with acetylsalicylic acid, which is a painkiller, but I guess this one is an acne killer, and that's fine. Fae is just sort of a general term for fairy-like beings, winged little sprites or spirits. Can mean a number of different things. Keep it up when feeling down is a little bit clever for a chin. You know, people say chin up. This does end up being a good buddy. I guess this is a CB, or is, I guess, someone, using a CB radio. In other words, a big rig driver, a teamster. That might just be a common term of affection or term of address. Took me forever to get to Sierra, but I did get it eventually. FAO Schwartz, I don't remember what that is. So I'll have to look that up. Heavy metal is fun for the anvil in Il Trovatore, for the famous anvil chorus. The exclamation mark is sometimes, rarely I would say, but sometimes called a bang, most notably in the combination exclamation question mark, which is called an interrobang. Grandchild of an abuelo, so a grandchild of someone, grandchild of an abuelo. Abuelo is grandchild of an abuelo. Abuelo is a grandfather. Grandchild of an abuelo. Nieto. I'm not sure exactly what nieto is. Nieto to me would mean something like nephew or niece, but I'm not sure that's what it is. It just might be a term for a grandchild. But it might be something else, because I'm not sure why. Anyway, could just, maybe they give us an abuelo for the language, even though it's a little bit redundant sort of semantically. Anyway, we'll find out. I'll look it up. Locks up ended up just being hair, not a particularly high hairstyle, but just hair in general. That's fine. What else? They're all fine. Wapiti, I'll have to look up and see what language that is in. I remember the phrase roman à clef, some kind of roman, in this case meaning a novel. À clef, I think meaning allegorical maybe, but I have to look that up. I'm not totally sure about that. A milliner's handiwork is a hat in the end. I guess a haberdasher is one who sells hats, but maybe a milliner is one who makes hats. I'll have to look that up too. Lots of stuff to look up today. Congrats from across the room. Air high five. That's very fun. Yeah, 85 down is familiar to me from a good friend who watches the channel. Yeah, I think everything else is good. So that's our puzzle for Sunday, April 19th. A good theme and no revealer, so a little bit tricky here from Michael Lieberman, but fine enough. Nuclear fusion. If you enjoyed this solve, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to know when I'm posting next, hit that subscribe button. I'll try and get the Monday puzzle done as well. But for now, thanks for joining me, and we'll catch you next time on Crosshatch Puzzles. Cheers.